Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I really am so glad you're here today because I am doing the In Your Wildest Dream tag. So I was tagged to do this by Bonnie Nicole Wrights, and I am so excited. I love her channel. I love watching her videos. She seems like such a kind person and she's very sweet. And so if you haven't checked out her videos, please do so. You will not regret it. And this tag was created by Heather Reeds, and I will tag them both below so that you can check them both out. Let's get started with this fun bookish tag. So the first prompt for this is your fantasy time and place to read a book. So first of all, I would like for my children to be with someone that is taking great care of them, that is not me or my husband. Because I would just love to be with my husband in like a cabin or a house somewhere, maybe out in the woods or up in a mountain, somewhere where we won't have any interruptions and can literally just read all day without having to have earplugs in, without having to make anyone dinner or wipe anyone's tushy. I think that sounds wonderful. I would like to be somewhere that has cool weather, because I don't want it to be hot and I don't want it to be freezing cold, but I do want it to be cool enough where I have to kind of bundle myself up. And I would like there to be a hammock that I could bundle up in, or a comfy swing would be nice. I want to be able to just cozy up, curl up in blankets and a sweatshirt, and hopefully have a nice cup of tea. I would like for there to be a place for me to take a good nap in between reading books, and also some really good food to enjoy in between books as well. That would be for sure a fantasy, because it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, but hopefully one day. Prompt number 2 is to describe your fantasy personal library. Okay, so wall-to-wall books on bookshelves, lots of natural light, comfy seats, preferably some kind of recliner involved as well, and then an absolute deal breaker on this for me is one of those ladders that's like floor to ceiling and it rolls along the bookshelves. Have to have that. That's non-negotiable. I want soft carpets so that if I want to lay on the floor, I can have that. Ooh, and soundproof walls, please. Okay, this next question has a few like sub questions within it. So it's, imagine you have decided to build a bookshop. First question, what would you call it? Be kind and read on, obviously. Would it sell new or secondhand books? Both. I think you can't get away from having new books necessarily. So I've been in some bookstores lately where they have the used books like mixed in with the new books. I don't really like that. I want to have the used books separate from the new books so that if you're coming in for one or the other, you can clearly see what's used and what's new, and that would help, I think, fit those things into my budget, and other people would have an easier time finding exactly what they're looking for. And then, would it sell anything else? Well, yeah, I would like it to sell bookmarks and t-shirts, bookish mugs for coffee or tea. I would definitely like it to have also bookish fidgets, because I think They help me focus a lot, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that likes to use fidgets when reading. And then the next question is, what features would you want in that shop? So I would like to have the lowest prices possible. The prices of books are really high in my opinion, and I know that, you know, there's not much you can do about that. That's the way it is. But if it's my bookstore and I have my say, then I would like the prices to be as low as possible. Let's see, I would like a lot of little nooks and crannies for people to kind of curl up in and read if that's what they want to do. Some that are sort of more hidden than others, so if you want to be a little secluded, you can. I definitely would want a kids area, and when I was thinking about this, so bookstores to me are kind of like libraries in that they're kind of quiet places, and I don't know about y'all's kids or kids that you know, but my kids are not quiet, and there's not much I can do to make a 3-year-old be quiet in the library or a bookstore. So the best libraries that I've been in have had either like very separate kids sections, or the kids section is completely closed off and has a door that closes so that the noise of the kids is not bothering the people that do want the quiet library or the quiet bookstore. So I would definitely have that. My kids section would be closed off, so that with windows, but also closed off so that kids can be as loud as they want and parents don't have to worry that their child is being too loud, because it's book joy. I want the kids to be loud. I want them to be enjoying the books and squealing with delight when they find something that they love. The next prompt was to talk about one person with whom you can find a good conversation about books. So I've got 2 of those, my husband and my dad. The thing that makes them good to talk about books with is that they are both really good listeners and will listen to me go on and on about a book, or talk about characters that I love or characters that I hate, characters I didn't like. They both have a really good eye for books, so they have good taste in books, and they're also really good at recommending books that they know I'm gonna like that maybe I wouldn't pick for myself in that moment. I can go to the library with my husband and he will pick a book off the shelf and say, you need to read this, I know you're gonna like it, and I do. And then my dad, he lives in New York, but every time I'm there with him, he always has another book to recommend to me, and is so generous with giving books either of his own possession that he owns that he wants me to read. It's raining really hard here, y'all, so if you hear that, my apologies. I've never had to film in the rain, but my dad gives great recommendations. He gives of his own supply of books, and which I think is really generous. It's hard to give books away that you love, I think. Or if it's one that he wants to keep, one that's really special, he will send me a copy, and I absolutely love that. The last prompt is, if you won $1 million or whatever your currency is, and you could only spend it on books or book-related items, how would you spend it? So, first of all, I would buy a lot of books, right? There's a lot of books that I would like to own. I would try to find like some cool special edition books of ones that I love, and I would definitely buy a bunch of books for my own collection. But then I think I would try to donate some money to teachers and schools so that every kid in every class could get a book at the book fair. Because when I was a kid, I absolutely loved the book fair, and there was nothing like the day when I could get a book to take home and it was mine, and the feeling of that is amazing for kids, I think, and it can really do a lot to make a kid a reader, and to have that book in their hands that's theirs and they never have to give back, and they can read it as many times as they want. And so I would do that. And I got this idea, and this is going to be my kindness moment for today because I think it's really cool. There's a girl that I went to high school with that is a teacher, and every year she on social media asks for donations, $5. And she uses each of those $5 to make sure that every kid in her class is able to get a book at the book fair, because she thinks that reading is so important, and it's just so wonderful for kids to have their hands on a book that they get to take home and it's theirs and they can love it forever. So that is my kindness moment, and how I would spend some of my $1 million if I had it. So on that note, go out there and be kind to someone today, y'all.